Hello?
Yeah. Hey, so
Oh,
what we gonna do, man, before we get to you? Definitely, man. Hey, before we get to you, as far as talking and kind of giving us your story, man, I want to go ahead and kind of give out some of your stats and your accolades and the many hats that you wear. First of all, director of Junior on the Radar Hoops, as well as a skills evaluator, camp director, trainer, coach, and tournament director. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, you did. I do a lot around the basketball world.
Yeah, man, you got a lot. You wearing a lot of hats, man.
Oh yeah, try to do a couple of different things. Get in and out, stay in the gym.
There you go. As well as you played your college ball at University of West Georgia.
Yep, I played 3 years at West Georgia under Michael Cooney from 2014 to 2017.
Right. So what we normally do, man, when you come on or we have our guests on, we kind of, just kind of give us what your background is and kind of how you got involved with basketball from, when you knew you wanted to go and play it at the college level, right? And then what made you want to transition into helping kids fulfill their dreams and try to get to the next level as well.
Well, I started out in Greene County. I'm a country boy out in the middle of nowhere. So I played out there all throughout high school. And my senior year, I transferred to Morgan County. It was me and Tukey Brown, CJ Bedford. So we had some guys that was being recruited. And I think we went to maybe Elite 8 that year. And then I actually started playing. I actually went to school as a regular student. I didn't play basketball out of high school. I went to Georgia State. I did my first 2 years as a regular student, did my freshman and sophomore year. And then through my big bro, Sean, he reached out to West Georgia. I got invited to a workout. I did good, offered on the spot. I shut it down, and I went to West Georgia. I guess I kind of knew I wanted to start helping kids. Really, when Sean started throwing the events back in 2012. Most people don't know Sean was actually my AAU coach back in 10th grade.
Okay.
I played Sean. Most people don't know that. So I played up under him. And he just turned into my big brother. Been my big brother ever since. So when the On the Radar Hoops thing came about and it started getting bigger and bigger, I had a smaller role at first, but as I got older, got acclimated to the game, started knowing what was going on, that slowly and steadily pushed me up. So I was able to start helping kids. Been enjoying it ever since.
Oh, definitely, man. I know we was kind of talking before the show. I don't think we've ever actually, dapped each other up, but we definitely seen each other in the gym at the different tournaments and the camps and all that good stuff, man. So, we're big supporters of what you guys are doing, the whole On the Radar movement, and just, getting the word out and helping these kids, man.
No, I definitely appreciate that. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask you this, man, and kind of I was talking about it when we were coming on as far as our event that we're having down here. Again, you guys are kind of definitely the blueprint or what we had in mind as far as, try to help kids in the Middle Georgia, South Georgia area. And I know you said if you can, you're going to try to make it down. I think it'd be a good opportunity for you to come down and just see what's going on, man, and how we're trying to change the culture and move the culture down here. So I'm just going to ask you right off the bat, what kind of advice would you give us down here as far as trying to push that movement?
That's a good question. My main thing I've always said was just value getting better. Work on getting better, and everything else comes with it. Right. Now, I don't know who all does the training and the coaching, but you all have had players in the past, so clearly somebody's down there doing a good job. But I would always say just really focus on getting better. And the one thing I can say, I see a lot of country people. I'm country too, so I can say us country people. We equate playing hard to playing fast. You know what I'm saying? So like when we back home, all we doing is running, pressing, running. But then we come up here and the games get slowed down. And now you're telling me to read plays, read offense, just read. It's different. So I think those would be my two things. Just really work on getting better and work on learning how to really play the game at different speeds. You can still play hard, but playing hard don't mean miles an hour the whole game. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. Coach Charles, what you got?
Oh man, I was going to ask, man. So I know you do. I see you a lot with the middle school kids and really trying to give instruction and let them know what's going on and kind of move them along, man. So what are some of the things what's something consistent that you see with middle school kids that they need to work on for those that's watching?
The biggest thing that I see would definitely be pace. They need to work on pace and shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like in middle school, you can't find except for Khalil Green, that kid y'all had. He not many other kids that young shoot the ball the same way every time. You know what I'm saying? One time you may get a real release the right way, and then the next time your release going to the wall and you airballing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll also say stop with the Instagram moves. Kids not like that yet. Like 6th, 7th, 8th grade with the Instagram moves. I mean, and sometimes they look good, but more times than not, it's a turnover, and then somebody daddy in the stands mad. So my advice to the middle school kids would just be like, keep it simple and focus on shooting, doing things the right way. And lastly, you gotta be able to go both ways. Kids should be good, but they can only go right. Or only go left. Can't go right and left. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my advice to middle school kids.
That's good advice, man. Because I know when we go up to the camps, right? It's like it's a little bit different for the middle school camps. So if you've never been to a camp, you know, you're gonna have the kids that's all right. Hey, I gotta do X, Y, and Z or show out or whatever the case may be. And then you know what I'm saying. Then it's the kid who's trying to find their way. Like how do I maneuver up in that? So from your experience, man, how's that camp setting? What advice would you give a kid that's going to those camps? Because it's a little different than AAU.
That's funny you say that because we had that conversation after camps a lot. Like kids coming there and get swallowed up in camp. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get swallowed up in camp. But I mean, I tell parents before you even go to camp, like you have to be 100% confident in your game, in yourself. Because in a camp setting, everybody's just trying to get theirs. Now you do have the rare kids that are playing the right way. You know what I'm saying? They'll get notifications sometimes, whatever. But for the most part, kids can just come in there trying to get their own. So if you're not one of them kids that can get it off the rim and create yourself, don't be mad when you saying, "Well, I ain't getting no shots." Because whether you realize it or not, in a camp setting, everybody touched the ball at least once. Now, what you did with it that one time when you caught it, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you give it up and never get it back, it wasn't not their fault. You had an opportunity to do something. I'm not saying you have to score, but you had an opportunity to shift somebody, get to the paint, make a pass, something.
Yeah.
I think before you go to a camp, you have to be secure in your game. Like you can't be one of them kids. I mean, you can be one of them kids out there trying to find yourself, but you get swallowed up most times.
Yep.
And most kids that come to a camp and stand out, they not necessarily been to a million camps, but they play high level. Like they're secure in their game. Like they know what they can do, they know their moves, they know their game. So I would tell kids before you come in that camp setting and waste your parents' money, make sure you believe in yourself and you know what you can and can't do. Yep. That's my biggest thing on it.
So what should a parent, right? So like a 6th grader, right? First camp. What should, I guess each year that they come, if they come consistently, and we're just talking at the middle school level right now because it's kind of introducing the camp setting and the game and all those things, right? But I think it's important for parents to understand you're not going to walk away with a write-up every time you go to a camp. Certain things aren't going to happen, right? So what would you say as a camp director and an evaluator, some of the important things or things kids should be taken away when they come to camps?
Well, based off that first question, if I'm a 6th grader, what am I looking for as a parent? I just want to see my kid, me personally now. I just need to look at my kid and he looks like he belongs on the floor. Right. Don't be out there looking like a scrub. Don't be out there looking like you don't know what's going on. Don't be jumpy. Just look like you belong on the court. I'm fine with the turnovers, fine with the shots, fine, all that. Just look like you belong on the court as a 6th grader. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me you got some confidence in your game. Show me, just look like you belong on the court.
Okay. Good. And then as kind of you evolve, what are you looking for as an evaluator?
Then as you evolve, I'm starting to look for a skill set. What can you do? Like, what is something he's done 2 or 3 times that they haven't stopped, or 3 or 4 times that they haven't stopped? Or has he done X, Y, Z different moves? Or is he a shooter? Is he blocking everything? Is he grabbing everything off the rim? Can people not score on him? You know what I'm saying? As you get older, people start to look for specific things that a kid can do. So if I see a specific thing that he can do versus scrubs, and he can do the exact same thing versus shoe teams or high-level independent teams, he's got a skill. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Definitely.
That's what I look for.
So yeah, man, they said so. you do some training as well, man. I'm gonna have to get we're gonna have to get the boys up there, man. Get a session in, man. Like I like getting different perspectives from trainers, man. So everybody, you can learn something from those who've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah.
And somebody repping you, best trainer in the city.
Man.
Oh yeah. They put it out there. Best trainer in the city, baby.
Oh, that's my guy. He been in the trenches with me since pretty much I started training. His sons have come a long way, so we've been locked in. It's good, Gerard.
Club Orange too.
Oh yeah, Club Orange on deck. So kind of talk to your training thing, man. So what does that look like for you, man? What do you do? What kind of kids you working with?
Well, I actually take kids. I'm not gonna say of all ages. I'm not trying to do a kindergarten.
Yeah.
I got kids pretty much from 5th grade all the way to 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple college. Got a couple dudes. One dude play NAI, another dude up in Virginia. But I train 4 days a week, 2 sessions. We go. I have my older kids who are a little more advanced, and we really work. You know what I'm saying? We get it in. Most trainers like to focus on. I don't know. I'm different. We don't really do many layups in my training sessions. Like layups, make layups. You know what I mean? Like keep your eyes on the rim, make. I personally like to work on scoring the people. Like when I say scoring, I'm not saying layups. I mean getting to different spots and just getting the ball out your hands and seeing it go through the net. I feel like if you can score on all 3 levels, you can play with poise and pace. I mean, you can ask any one of them to. Like I did a couple sessions with Gerard and Club Orange in Loganville. I scream poise and pace a million times during my sessions. And maybe it's because I'm a former point guard, but like when you all asked me about the middle school stuff earlier, poise and pace. Like I feel like if you can slow the game down physically and in your mind and see what's going on and manipulate the game almost like Chris Paul, you hard to stop. And if I can make jumpers, and if I can get to the cup, and if I can make floaters, and if I can pass, it's hard. So then that's really what I work on in my training sessions. I don't really do this. We work on driving, seeing help, seeing where help coming from, where your outlets. If you saw him coming, did you get the shot before him? Or if you saw him coming, why you in there and still shooting? Just little stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I was just gonna ask you which one you like more, man. Training or coaching?
Training for sure. Coaching is that's a load. It's a load. You know what I mean? In and out the gym. Training, you know, I got relationships with certain parents and kids that I keep up, but training I can get in. You know what I mean? Coaching is a lot, you know, behind the scenes with the parents. So I just rather train. But I like coaching. But I rather.
Hey, a question I ask a lot of our evaluators is when we talk about skill set, how big is fundamentals as far as being able to come in and have that fundamental set and then build off of that versus you coming in, you're not fundamentally sound, but you're trying to do every Instagram move that's out there, but you don't have the basics of a right hand and a left hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think fundamentals are big. They're huge for sure. Like you gotta be able to play up your pivots, both pivots. You gotta be able to handle both ways. You gotta be able to pass. You gotta be able to play all the triple threat. Like, and that's another thing I try to focus on. Like as I've grown, I try to get my kids move the fingers before you put the ball down. Move with your feet. We can step across. We got jab. We got all kind of pivots and shot fakes, ball fakes. Move my defender before I even try to go anywhere. But I think having that fundamental base, it makes it easier to get to the Instagram moves. Because I can't tell you to do an Instagram move. You can't do one thing it takes with your left hand. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't tell you to do something off the pivot and you travel before you get the move. So no fundamentals, no Instagram moves. And I don't do Instagram moves anyway. So but fundamentals is good.
So yeah, man. I think we kind of froze there. But hey, so talk about exposure, man. So you know, exposure is a big thing. What age, man? What age you think these kids should be starting to move in that direction, making sure that the parents move in that direction, starting to get that exposure?
For each kid, it varies. And like For the kids who are actually doing early, they're kind of prepared to be seen. Some kids who aren't as ready when they go into those exposure events, they can get swallowed up and they don't feel like they belong. So I would say it's different for each kid. But I would say I'm not gonna say for exposure, but to be a quality basketball player, you have to be playing some high level stuff by the season grade. All these kids, y'all see at the top of the classes, all these kids have been playing basically EYBL since the first. You know what I mean? Like they playing nothing but high level basketball. But as far as exposure, by that 16 year, you gotta be playing some really things. Like and just for the sake of today's game, like if there aren't any cameras, there aren't media, no Instagram posts, no live stream, no college coaches, none of that, you don't need to be playing. I mean, you know, you do
say that again, Willie.
I said so. No cameras on the baseline.
Say it with your chest.
I got you. No cameras on the baseline. No media. No evaluators. No live stream. No college coaches tuned in. You need to be playing it. Like dudes go out of town to another state and playing events and have to make their own highlight tape rather than stay here in Atlanta and just play good. And we got you. Dude, we got cameras everywhere. But they'd rather go out of town where nobody knows and get no love. It's different. So if you're not coming away, and it's not all about write-ups now. It's not all about write-ups because there's plenty of kids that are being recruited each weekend that don't get their name mentioned on the internet at all. You know what I'm saying? So I think for exposure, it's about being seen. So if there is no live, there is no college coach,
right?
I gotta have some highlights. I needed some tweets, some Instagram posts. You know what I'm saying? Because exposure is big. Like, I mean, we've seen kids blow up just off Twitter. Like, we've seen kids turn into ranked players and hadn't played basketball in 3-4 months.
Yeah.
So, you know, exposure is big, and it can fool you, it can trick you, but you know, you just got to be seen. You have to be seen.
Yeah.
So that's my whole take on exposure. Like, it does no good to go play, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking any other events just because you know we're on the radar, but it's just a lot of dudes be out here for the money, man. And you got kids out here dropping 30, 20 points, and nobody knows.
Right.
It's just, you know, waste of time.
Right.
So yeah, man. Even talking about the little, you know, the exposures piece and having college coaches there. And we talked a little bit about our event, man. Like I said, we kind of took the blueprint that you guys have on the radar and ran with it. You know, ain't no use to reinventing the wheel if it's already out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So, but even looking at those college coaches, what kind of relationship do you as an evaluator have with college coaches when they're asking about kids and things like that?
I mean, I've got a solid relationship with a bunch of coaches. You know, they've seen me in the gyms for year after year after year, you know, and maybe since like the last 3 or 4 years, they all like to come up to me and ask for players. But I think with that comes responsibility because if they ask me for players, I have to get them quality players that can actually play at their level. You know?
Yep.
So, you know, I don't think it's like a one-time thing. You definitely build that relationship over time, but each time you see each other in the gym, or if you see somebody that's good for their level or could be skill, you always reach out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot easier for me to make a tweet and then a college coach to really, you know, pay attention to the kid because they know, well, the last couple of kids he told me to watch, they were good. They were good enough. I wish I could have got 1 or 2. So it's just that's the whole relationship dynamic with college coaches. I got certain guys that I'm really close with, and if I see now, there are times I won't even tweet kids. I'll just call coaches like, yo, you need to come. You need to come watch. You need to offer it right now. You know what I'm saying? I got the relationship with a couple of coaches, and you know it's allowed me to help some kids get in school. So I just think the more consistent, like if I stay consistent with finding good kids, you know, they'll always ask for my opinion.
Gotcha. So you kind of spoke to levels, right? So yeah, there's D1, right? And we know that there's mid-major, high major, low major. Even a high major, there's a level to a high major, you know. So how do you differentiate those levels. So say we're talking a University of Kentucky and a I don't know. Give me another conference that's out there.
Say University of Kentucky and Georgia State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One's almost basically NBA ready. The other one's legitimate mid-major basketball. You know what I'm saying? Thinking back a couple years to when Ron Hunter was saying Cincinnati and Rich Carlson or whatever, and they in Ramada or whatever. It's levels and that money and the resources and facilities. And I mean, believe it or not, sometimes in the level of coaching. Yeah, for sure. There are guys being slept on, but most times, the more you get paid, he a high level guy. You know what I'm saying? He winning some games. But I think when you trying to differentiate levels with kids, what level are they? First off, what's the skill set? What's the skill set? Second, what's the size? Third, is there a motor? And fourth, kind of ties in the size with versatility. Like lately, I've been big on versatility. You 6'3" to 6'7", it can do 3 to 4 to 5 different things, guard a couple of different positions. You teetering mid to high major. You know what I'm saying? Just with the way the game is going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Guarding different positions, switching ball screens, switching everything basically. Scoring from the perimeter and inside, like Rockets, for example. Nobody out there on the court over 6'6".
Yeah.
But they're all versatile. They all can switch everything. They all can guard everything. They all can make shots. They all can rebound. They all can handle it. So if you got guys like that who can do a whole bunch of different things and they big, most times they're gonna get that mid-major look off top. Now, also athleticism. Athleticism sets kids apart because you could be a subpar actual basketball player. But if you're a freak athlete, most times they think they can teach you how to play basketball, so they'll take you.
Yeah.
So I think athleticism definitely differentiates levels. And like I said, skill set. So like a dude who's a shooter, sniper. Difference between being a sniper at 5'9" and 6'6".
Yeah.
So like even a small guard skill set, right? I like small guards. I'm a small guard. But if all you getting is layups, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? That don't convert to the next level.
That 3 ball. I gotta be able to shoot that thing.
And not even necessarily a 3 ball. You know what I'm saying? As long as you want to be able to hit the 3 when you open up the catch, of course, right?
All right.
But you gotta be able to score. So even a floater from the free throw line 5 times a game, that's still scoring. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily a 3, but it can't just all be at the. And if you're a small guard and you're not making no plays for nobody, we definitely don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like kids, we've been doing this long enough. We can tell when kids are out there trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're blatantly looking off everybody out of control, wild, if you make 1 or 2, it's hard to tweet on that.
Yeah,
it's hard to show love to that because I try not to reward. Like if you taking 25 shots and got 18 points, come on, bro, you supposed to get something. You're supposed to get something. So like,
that's them NBA numbers.
NBA numbers. So some guys do be like, some guys are volume shooters. Like prime example, right? I'm not a big fan, but I like AJ White. He can score it. He got poise, he got pace. If he was 6'3", he'd go anywhere in the country he wanted to go.
Yeah.
But because he's 5'8", 1, whatever, it's a little bit harder for him to play at those physically. Because he has a skill, but physically he just probably can't keep up at that level. You know what I mean? So all that stuff ties into finding your level or differentiating your level. Because you got some kids who are borderline high major that are mid major licking their chops at waiting to get. You know, like that speaks to experience. How y'all kids will come out early, I'm top 150 or whatever, everybody offering you, and then by your senior year, you know what I'm saying, you're not in the top 150, and now you go from getting those high major balls, and now you're getting those mid to low balls. So
makes sense.
Oh, that's ties in.
Well, can you kind of even speak on that, man, from that standpoint of the high, the mid, the low, right? Because it's a saying out there, right? You get recruited to what you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I understand, shooting for the stars and having the confidence and wanting to be more or whatever the case may be. But on a realistic level, if a D2 is offering you and you're consistently getting D2 offers, you just may be that D2 kid.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because I mean, most kids don't know this, but a lot of kids will commit to a terrible Division One instead of a high level D2, just because they play in Division One. You know what I'm saying? Like facilities, none of that stuff matters. It's just because it's a D1. They'll go 20 games in 4 years versus winning 20 games in 1 year at a high level D2. You know what I'm saying? So you do get recruited by the level that you have. I do agree with that. But sometimes coaches miss. Coaches miss. Like there are kids who get under recruited who should probably be borderline high major or mid major getting D2 stuff, or you know what I'm saying? So it all depends. But I think if so, like the kid Travis Harper, right? Got a couple of D1 offers, but still getting D2 offers. Kind of like confusing me because I do think the kid's a Division One wing. He's a wing, but same thing I was just saying earlier, how low mid majors and low majors are waiting for kids to fall from high majors. Same thing for D2s. They D2s are waiting for kids to fall from D1. So sometimes you just got to be in the mix because you just don't know what to happen. Like kids think they about to commit to a low major. A week later, they have nothing. And now you got a D2. You're like, oh, this high level kid will take them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to eat that humble pie and go. And there are times where kids go D2, put up 20, whatever, transfer up, or you got a low major. Kid that was at Presbyterian, Flagler, or even Bubba Sparks at VMI from VMI. So, I mean, you just got to eat what's on your plate. So if you do go to that level, if you're better than that level, show you're better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can dominate that level, show you can dominate that level. Don't just talk about it to be mad because you're not getting the minutes or the production or whatever. If you do it, actually go do it so people know that you're a mistake. Like, no different than John Morant. Clearly not a mid-major kid.
Yeah. Right.
Don't know how I missed on that. Yeah. So, situation should be.
Yeah, man. Now that's some good advice, man, because I think kids develop, right? I didn't get a chance to see John Morant in high school. They say he was a freak in high school, and just
I saw him and Zion on the same team. Like clearly Zion was Zion, but I missed Ja. I don't know how.
You see what I'm saying? And I think sometimes kids just get missed, man. There's so many kids playing, right? There's so many kids playing.
Yeah.
And I think kids just get missed. I'll say this about Georgia, man. I think Georgia does a good job, and we lost everybody, man.
Yeah, right. Just man, you kicking it now.
Yeah. Shit, I'm gonna go get me a drink. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think there's so many kids, man, and I think kids just get missed. But I think Georgia does a good job, man, of capturing kids, especially if they're playing it on the radar, man. Y'all got people everywhere. Like it's crazy, man. And I think that's why so many independent teams and even shoe teams like come over to you guys, because even shoe teams, man, all those kids that play on shoe teams, they all ain't D1. Like everybody's not gonna go D1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's been a blessing here lately. A blessing in disguise, I would say. I don't want to call COVID-19 a blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we was able to see some of those pristine matchups, man.
Yeah, I was happy we was able to, no EYBL, no gauntlet. We were able to cross match people, get it. Old days.
Let's get it, man. I love watching that smoke.
Right. And it's crazy because we had this conversation. Maybe it was this year. I don't know. But the gap between shoe kids and independent kids, maybe not kids, but shoe teams and independent kid teams, is shrinking, man. It's shrinking.
It is. And
you got 4 and 5 stars walking up on the court thinking they about to beat up on somebody just because they got that name. You got dudes getting offers off of these dudes, bro. So
right. So that's bring up a good question, man. Like, I think on the radar has always been huge, man. But I think you guys have put in the work and gained so much credibility, more credibility than what you already have. And I don't know if you can speak to it, but do you foresee things? I would say getting better for on the radar, as far as changing how you guys move forward.
For sure. And not saying this is anything that Sean has said, but just me, like, I mean, we run the Southeast. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got this fucked up. So now when we slide a little west, maybe a little bit more north, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? And then like, our battlegrounds was just starting to take off. COVID shut the battlegrounds down.
Hey,
like,
man. Hey, hold on, man. Hold on, man. I gotta get my towel out. I'm sweating.
Hey, got nightmares.
Man, if y'all did not know about that battleground, that joint, it had some real live heat. Like,
for real.
I don't even know how to put it. I wasn't even ready for that. I was like, oh snap, they here. So,
yeah, it was some goons in there.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to do the finale because like when we did the first stop, some teams came, some didn't. Second stop, some teams came, some didn't. But that third, everybody was coming. You know what I mean? So it was about to be some crazy matchups.
Bro.
Crazy matchups. So like we'll definitely build off the battleground. Gonna have something that stems off of the battleground, for the select kids. But the future is bright for us. And me personally, I think we chasing ESPN right now, in my opinion. Only thing we don't do is rank kids. But I mean, as far as seeing kids, putting them out there, stories, pictures, videos.
Yeah.
You can't really name anything you don't get from us. So
that's big time, man. So you think you guys will do another battleground type thing?
Oh, for sure. This was just year one, and it was jumping. It wasn't like we had 120 teams. We only had like 50 teams, but we just had a good 50 teams.
Man, that was a solid 50, man.
So like just off of this first battlegrounds, even if we never ran battlegrounds again, we had at least 60 Division I kids playing in that battleground.
Easy, man.
At least. Like 2 years from now, we could just choose kids, battleground alumni. Like you have kids that'll be ranked, you'll have kids that'll be getting offered. Like that battleground was loaded. It was loaded. So I mean,
it was loaded.
We're gonna build on that. We're definitely gonna build on that. And then of course the stuff through the season. The season's off this year, but of course the stuff throughout the season that we do. Sean does a good job against some good matchups over at Norcross. So I mean, I see us building on that, maybe getting in some more like national teams instead of just all from Georgia. I think bro might shake it up one time and surprise everybody with something like that. But yeah, we definitely building. We another 2 or 3 years from now, we'll be another level up from here. So
yeah. So does he have his does he have, I know he does Sean hosts a high school, event as well.
Yeah.
He got that on the books already?
What'd you say?
He got his high school events on the books already?
Most times it already is. I'm not saying like the teams are stapled in, but dates and locations be stapled in.
Gotcha. Because I know they just said they was gonna I think they can start practicing October 26th. So as far as high school goes. So I think
that's good news.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna move forward with a high school basketball season. So
might as well let these football players play too, because it's just impossible for me. I'm just a young dude, but bro, we playing AAU every weekend. It's packed every weekend, everywhere. So and this is in the middle of the pandemic, or 3-4 months in. So another 3 or 4 months away, we don't got a plan, or we can't figure out a way to have the kids play safely. Even if it's because SUV does a good job of broadcasting Georgia's games. So even if it's SUV goes ×2, or schools invest the money so they can have their own streaming so parents can watch their kids. Because I mean, we might have some crowds, but it may be safer without the crowd. I don't know if I can really I don't know how high school basketball would look without parents and people in it.
Yeah, man. That school pride. You gotta
you got the student section, you got the random kids. So it's hard. But I do think there has to be a plan being put in place, and I think we should be able to play.
I think what they're trying to do is actually limit the amount of parents or spectators.
Really?
So it'll be maybe 10-20% of what the gym can hold, or something.
Well, that's better than the kids in there just in there with themselves.
Yeah.
Because that kind of takes away from the whole high school basketball experience.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure all of us played high school basketball. You can think back to several games where it was good or bad game, but you can remember that crowd.
Yeah.
You remember the crowd looked like when you ran out the tunnel. Remember your name called to start when you hit a shot or won or lost. That crowd, that's a big deal in high school basketball. So 10-20% better than 0. So I'm all for that.
especially rivalry games, man. Like rivalry games, people get up, man. They got man. I miss that joint, bro. I don't even lie to you.
Rivalry games, and the rivalry games, you get people that don't got nothing to do with either school. They just you know what I'm saying?
Jim
like yeah, tuned in. So that's what I'm saying. Like if we can only have 10 to 20%, come on, live stream the games for the kids.
Yeah.
Or even if it's like an AAU settings where you got 10 different high schools playing just in one weekend, or 2 games that are just like a bubble atmosphere or something. But the season has to go. You gotta have a season. It's seniors coming up that gotta be seen. Like the same way there's kids that they're going to their senior year play AAU, and they still getting better. And then they get to that senior season of basketball, and it's like, oh shit, he done got better. And now they end up at getting signed and stuff. Like the one kid I think about is the Clark kid from Newton. Saw him play with Team E. He was solid. He was definitely solid. Wasn't a scrub or anything, but didn't see VCU commitment coming. You know what I'm saying? So clearly that time between AAU and the high school season, he clearly got better. And then during the high school season, he just kept leveling up, play good in the right places and on the right platforms and stages, and turn it into a VCU commitment. So
that's big stuff, man. I don't know, man. I like to see kids stock rise. I like to see kids stock rise, period. But it does something. It hit a little different when they stock rise during the high school season.
It does. Because then, like for the same kid, that type of kid, they go into high school season with a chip on their shoulder,
right? And
because in their mind, they know the clock's ticking. I only got 6 months, and if I ain't got nothing in 6 months, I'm gonna be a regular student. Right. So, every sprint means a little bit more. Every weight room rep means a little bit more. So it kind of gets the kids' attention. So, or sometimes they just find the right trainer. That too. Yeah. Or go to the right situation with the right coach at the right school.
Hey, we hitting you up, Willie. We bringing the boys over there now.
Telling you, come see me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, Will, let me ask you this, man, or better yet, I'm gonna give you this opportunity to get whatever you need to get off your chest, man. A message that you want to get to some spectators that come in, somebody that got something to say about evaluate the way you evaluate or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna give you we call this Willie time on the show. I'll give you about 2 or 3 minutes.
So this is my time to get some stuff off my chest to parents and coaches.
Yeah. Hey, but
all right, okay.
Hold on. But in an informational type way.
Informational type way. Okay, let me.
I mean, you can put it however you want to put it, Willie. It's Willie time, man. Let's go.
All right. So first off, biggest pet peeve of all us evaluators. We see the mentions, people. We see the mentions, bro. Like you hopping in our mentions and calling your kid special does not make us want to come see your kid. You hopping in the mentions, calling him a dog with highlight videos and all layups versus scrubs. We don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it's not in our event. Now, if it's in our event and we missed it, all right, by all means, mention us. Like, let us know. But don't mention us with some random that ain't got nothing to do with it on the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just disrespectful. And we'll have events the same weekend as some people.
Right.
You'll leave Atlanta or don't come with us and go somewhere else, but then think we supposed to pub you. How? Wow. Secondly, you don't need to come tell us to take your kid's picture after the game. We get who we want. All right. It's all based off of who we want to get. Now, I'm not saying every evaluator is the same. Some people play favorites. They got politics, whatever. On the radar hoops, we don't do that, bro. We don't rock like that. So we don't care about no name. If you come out here with a name, you got 8 points. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't come tell us. No, don't get me wrong now. Kids should rebound. Kids should defend. All that. That's good. That ain't getting you all of it. No, unless you're 6'8", rebound and defend. Now that's different. But it's just don't tell us how to do our job. Don't tell us who to look for, what to look for. Don't come and we can tell when you're trying to be our friend just to get write-ups. We can tell when relationships are organic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like don't come thinking you finally come to rock with us and you're supposed to get all these write-ups or you're supposed to get special times on the schedule or special matchups. We don't owe you anything. You know what I'm saying? Like all we're supposed to do is get a platform, make the matchups, sit and watch. That's all we're supposed to do is sit and watch. Now, if we don't sit and watch, you can say something to us. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, hey, now you watching everybody else, at least give us a look. So You know what I'm saying? We watch what we want. We make sure we show love to certain people and make sure everybody get love, but don't tell us how to do our job. Like,
Pastor Willie, preach, Pastor Willie.
Man, that's my boy Lot. He know what's going on. Because it's crazy. We get DMs. Parents walk up to us. They like just run up on you. You the dude that did this tweet? Yeah. Oh, you spell my name so and so. Hey, I just got it out the roster book, bro. Talk to your coach. You know what I'm saying? Like. Stuff like that, or our bookkeeper say the kid had 21 points. Parent bookkeeper say he had 26. I can't go with your stats, mama.
right. Yeah.
So I guess that's my spiel. Don't tell us how to do our job, bro. Like we not overselling kids. Like, and then some people do, but on the radar we don't. Some people will be like, oh, y'all tweeting on the same kid, oh, y'all showing the same kid, especially in a camp setting. This is in a camp setting. Okay, 4 and 5 stars or kids with multiple offers, they don't have the right, but they have more leeway to be cool in a camp setting. Mm-hmm. But an unknown dude with nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't come in and be cool like they can be cool.
Right.
You can't come in and just let them blow past you and score and dap them up. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't just turn it over 3-4 times and expect to get it right up. Yeah. You haven't shown anything. Most times these dudes are tried and proven. We've seen it consistently. Right, we're trying to see you right now, and you out here trying to play buddy ball and be cool and expect to write up.
Right.
Yeah. So just stuff like that, man.
Man, I think that's the best thing, man. You bring up good. So 4 stars, 5 stars. I got a little echo. Those cats put in the work already, man. They, you know what I'm saying? Even if they have I'm not saying they should get it right if they have a bad game. They're gonna have their kids, right? So they still, even though they're still developing, they're gonna have off nights or whatever the case may be. But they're gonna get the benefit of the doubt because they put in that work. They've already they've been to and played at an elite level and put up 30, put up 20. Okay, and they had a bad night. All right, it is what it is. So I try to tell. This is what I tell mine. I was like, man, you get what you get. We're gonna go here because at the end of the day, a camp is you should be there to learn and compete. Whatever happened after that.
I mean, well, let's just be real. How much are you really learning at camps? You know what I'm saying? Like, because kids and everybody moving around, so it's not. It's only so much you can do.
You can learn. True.
Now you're right. You can learn because I know at our camps we have good skill station trainers and stuff. So there's plenty of time, training certain kids to do a drill a certain way, and then you got to stop and teach. So at a moment like that, kids are learning. You know what I'm saying?
And I think when I say learn, it's more of learning how to compete because you're not playing against the same group, the same little. I ain't playing against my buddy. You need to learn how to go be a dog. Yeah. Cut everything out. Go be a dog and go do your thing. Whether it's playing tough D, whether you're scoring, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. I think one of the kind of the rule of thumbs that we kind of use for ours when we take them up, right? So if we take up multiple kids to a camp, if y'all on opposite teams and y'all playing each other, don't guard each other.
Yeah.
Go guard somebody else. Right? Because I'm comfortable guarding you. I know how you play, all of these type of things. No, go pick somebody that you don't seen or you may have played against them once or twice in the tournament, but go accept that challenge. Yeah. Right. So, and I think that's more of the mindset of trying to grow that mindset and that competition level. Yeah. Maybe from the teaching standpoint that kind of Charles was talking about. You see what I mean? Not necessarily you came up here and now you don't learn 3 new moves or whatever the case may be, but going out how to compete and be a dog and accepting challenges and getting out of your comfort zone. Because all of that stuff is going to translate at some point.
I agree. Even to the point, like, when you coming up, kids come to camp, you just have an appeal. Now they ain't got the ball in their hands.
Right.
You gotta learn to play without the ball in your hands, right?
That's like, a huge one.
Yeah, like kids, for some reason, kids think if they're not scoring, they're not impacting the game. You know what I'm saying? And most times they're not, just because they don't know how or they don't think they can impact the game in another way. If you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like most kids think if I can't get a bucket, I ain't doing nothing. But all right, we'll take your no bucket if you gave me 4 steals, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. You know what I'm saying? Couple deflections. That's impacting the game. You know what I'm saying? Even from the point guard position, right? Point guard position, you can average 10 points. That's fine, right? Give me 10 points, 7 dimes a game, couple steals, right? Disrupt the flow of the offense for the other guard. Make it hard for him to get past half court. give us some plays in transition. Spoon feed the big boy on the block. That's impacting the game without even scoring.
Yeah.
You know, that's impacting the game without even scoring. So I think kids have to grow up. And you're right. Y'all convinced me. You definitely can learn to grow up in a camp setting. Y'all convinced me. You can learn to grow up in a camp setting.
Hey, I'm glad we got through to you.
The more I talk, I'm like, dang, they right. Okay.
No, man. We've been taking our boys since they were young, man. So they got beat up by the Isaiah. I'm looking at these kids, I'm like the Isaiah Colliers, the Zocco Littletons, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, damn, man, my son was a fourth grade. I got him up there. Like, what the fuck was I mean, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. And see, that was what I was talking about earlier. Isaiah Collier been playing EYBL ball since at least I've seen him for the last 2 or 3 years. So I know at least since 7th grade.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Playing like how y'all was talking about that each one teach one.
Yeah.
They play their caliber since they was in 2nd, 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that stuff matters, bro. So like for a kid who ain't never been in that flame, and then you try to get to high school, you think you a shoe kid or you think you good. You know what I'm saying? You in for a wake up call because you're not used to it. You never been in that flame before. So you don't just wake up in the flame one day and able to hoop. You gotta be put in that situation before. Like now, I do think the kid Manny down in South Georgia, play with AC Georgia. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Manny Harris. Now I don't think that kid don't play no high level AAU, but once they told me he averaged 27 points a game, it was easy to see why he was able to score. Because he's done it so much. If I'm putting up 27 a game, you're gonna hand it out a lot of buckets, a lot of different ways, a lot of different coverages versus a lot of different looks. 27 a game, people coming at you. Right. So for him to come up to Atlanta and play, even if he have a bad game and have 8-15, a lot of people want 15 games. Then that may not be a bad game, but 15 points for a country boy coming up, that translate. You know what I'm saying? Right. High level playing high level people. Yeah. So like you gotta be used to that environment or used to being in that situation. Like that kid clearly having 27 a game, he's dependent on each game down at Mitchell Baker or Mitchell County. Each game they're giving him the ball, win us the game. So when he come up here and play AAU, they might not be asking him to win us the game, but keep me in the game, score, create. He's done it already. Right. You know what I'm saying? So even though it wasn't versus high level, I don't know what his high school plays, but he's just used to doing it because he's done it so many times.
Man, you know, the 30 ball ain't easy, man. That ain't no easy go get.
Like the first time I saw him at camp, I saw him stick a 3 in transition. He hit a dude with a hezzy cross to a floater. Okay. So then they tell me he averaged 24 or 27. I said, oh, nah, this ain't no fluke. He really used to handing out buckets.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. So consistency and repetition is extremely important, huh?
Yes, but what difference does it make if you're consistent and repeating the same thing the wrong way?
True.
Consistently can be wrong too.
Yeah, so like, what does it matter? Like, say dude go get up a 500 shots or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? So no matter how many reps you get, you will eventually get to how many you're trying to make. But it's, you know what I'm saying, consistently and repeatedly the wrong thing. So when it goes in the game, you may go 1 for 7. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got them extra 400 shots to get your mates. You know what I'm saying?
No, that makes sense.
I do think consistency and repetition go hand in hand, but it's got to be done the right way. Got to be done the right way. Yeah. Got to be done the right way. So let me ask y'all a question. Right? So we talking about the battleground, you know. Y'all play middle school ball, or y'all been playing, you know, elementary, whatever, all these years.
Hey, Willie, real quick before you ask this question, man. So I don't know what's going on, but last week we had Locke on the show, and he started interviewing us. So now you starting to interview us too.
I just got one question. I just got one.
Hey,
I really want to know how y'all feel about
thing or something, man.
I really want to know how y'all feel about going to play in events, and you walk out there with your team, and then you walk out and see the other team 6'4", 6'5". 5'11", 6 foot, and then all of a sudden we hearing they too old. You know what I'm saying? He got in the right grade. So what y'all feel about that?
Charles, I'll go first real quick, man, because ain't no telling my internet gonna go back out. but this hotel room is rough. But anyway, I don't. It's rough, man, because I get it from both sides, right? So of course we seeing, okay, that's who on the schedule, that's who we got to go play, right? Parents is more like, oh, they too old. What's going on? Why y'all got my babies out here playing against these grown men?
Yeah,
and all of these type of things, right? And at the same time, so now the kids kind of hear the parents, right? And then so it get into their head already. So we've already, quote unquote, we're defeated before we even start the game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're like, well, let's go out and compete. And we talked before the show when we had to get in that filling game against each one teach one. And that was like, whoa, right? But it was like, all right, we'll go out here and compete. Now, we definitely seen some things out of some of our kids because they still went and competed, right? But it was like, okay, well, these are things we got to take back and go work on. But at the same time, it can get frustrating because sometimes you do clearly know that some of these kids are too old. But it can't be the excuse all the time, right? Because you know when you're going to an exposure tournament, you may run into that. So now how are we gonna go out and work? And at the same time, we know we played some kids that had older kids on there, and we were able to go out and actually beat them or play against them well. Because when we came down to the Battlegrounds in Florida, we had I think our whole team was guards.
Yeah.
Because our bigs didn't come because for whatever reason. So our thing was, okay, how are we going to make this weekend successful for us? Because it's probably not going to show up in the win column. But what are we going to do in game to help our kids compete and go play? Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, man, we actually got a couple of compliments from other coaches that we played against because our boys, they competed and played hard. Yeah. So when you understand basketball, you can see like, okay, if those guys had their bigs or whatever the case may be, this would be a different game. But those guards and who they had, they played tough and they competed.
Yeah. So I would say this, Willie. So me and Coach KP, we talk, but we don't talk about that in front of the kids or the parents, right? Because we know they are already talking. And for us, we really had on that team that we had two, my son included, we had two kids that were playing up. So we know when we see 6'4", 6'5", we kind of like, okay, it's going to be a rough game, but it's important that what we preach to them is play with energy. We're going to run. We're going to get out and run. Now, does it translate all the time? No, it don't. Don't get me wrong, because at some point, that team, you take each one, teach one. Let's be honest. They're more talented. They're more physical. They're more athletic. It is what it is, and you take what you can away from it. But I'll say this though, when we get back up and running, don't be surprised if you see us with some 6'2", 6'1", 6'3".
I like it. Because I was asking because like AAU is literally the only place where 1 year makes a difference.
Huge.
Bro, like the only place. Because even like middle school, right? Where I'm from, you could play basketball in 6th grade if you was good enough to make the team, right? So there's no difference from whatever 6th grade is, 10U, 11U, right? But if we was playing middle school basketball, you playing against the 7th and the 8th grade, and it doesn't matter. Right. If you're a good enough freshman when you reach high school, you playing against sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
Yeah.
It don't matter. So how come when we go to AAU, and even though a kid may or may not be old, why does it matter? He out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my whole thing was
but at the same time, I see it from me being a parent and like I said, a coach, like Coach Charles said, we talk, man, but I see it and I get the analogy that you're going with on that, but it's still kind of rough.
But right? Okay,
because if you got because typically the whole team is going to be able to go play however many grades up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're looking at it from that standpoint, and it also depends on where the development of that team is at. So for the most part, like us, we got kids primarily that's coming straight out of the rec. So we're breaking rec mentality and all that good stuff as well.
We develop.
But we know the tournaments that we're getting into is going to be smoke. That's why we're getting into those tournaments.
Yeah,
we're trying to fast forward that process. We're not going to go play at a lesser tournament just to say we can get some wins. So we're gonna take them as we come, and we're gonna figure out, and we're gonna build, and we're gonna build on what we're doing and all those type of things. But it can get frustrating sometimes if you're like, man, I know. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", 8th graders that's out there. By all means, we get that. But sometimes, you know, it's blatant that, hold on, this kid ain't that age.
But okay, let me ask you this: what about if he's not the age, but he's in the grade?
It don't really bother me. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
I still struggle with that one a little bit.
It don't bother me. I'm gonna tell you this, Will. It don't bother me because here's why. Because if you're playing, for the most part, like I said, we do a lot of developing. But if you're playing travel ball, you should already be at a point. The ideal, most of them should be at a point where they can play 1 or 2 grades up. Right.
Yeah.
You should already be able to play 1 or 2 grades up. So from that standpoint, to me, it's like go get it. Because when you get to high school, when you get to college, that's what you're going to run into. Secondly, I don't here. I ain't gonna say here. It's probably everywhere. I think a lot of people put too much emphasis on that local hero ball, what they did in middle school and what they did in rec. I don't give a damn what you did, because once you get on this circuit, that shit is out the window. This is a whole new ball game.
Nobody care nothing about that.
No.
But we still got something to do that. So okay, so we'll go here, right? So we got, you know, the teams that we coach, right? So we're constantly stressing, train, get in the gym, train, right? Mm-hmm. This is what you need to do. But we still get the mentality sometimes based off of what they did in rec or what they did in middle school or something along those lines. We're like, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Right? And high school, you know, high school in that.
Yeah. So I mean, we're trying to. So this show, right? The culture, right? Build the culture, the mindset, educate. That's what this whole platform is about. To get the parents to understand, it don't matter. Like Charles said, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you do when you go up to these tournaments.
Yeah.
What you putting on the floor when you go up to these tournaments. And I get it. We're not going to win every tournament. And we're realistic about where we're at in our development and our process. And I know I'm taking your question and going somewhere else with it, because I'm speaking more so to the parents and to the people that's watching. It don't matter until you get on the court, until you train, until you do all the things that you're supposed to do. I think you kind of mentioned it earlier. Basketball is not a equal sport, a fair sport.
No, it isn't. It definitely is.
So it's nobody getting 2 quarters and all of this type of stuff. No, it's about who's out here competing and who's going to do what needs to be done.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, man. We kind of went on our soapbox for a minute with it.
Y'all answered the question though. Y'all answered.
Hey, he got it, Charles. He a damn good interviewer. He got it.
Yeah, we're gonna pull some stuff out we didn't know we was gonna talk about.
I just wanted to see where y'all mind was at, man, because I know y'all kids probably gonna touch varsity early, or they already in middle school, but they probably gonna touch varsity early. I just don't like when parents be giving their kids bailouts, excuses, man.
No,
I can't rock.
We're all with you on that one.
No. Hey, well, I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. So it was, what's that? Our 6th grade. I think it was 6. I think we was 7th grade. So we was playing 7th grade. So we had an 8th grade group now. Man, we went up there and we played. Who was it? DCA. Bruh. They had a kid. I shit you not, man. They had a kid. He broke away. The coach said, "Dunk it." I said, "Dunk it." Like 7th grade, what are you for the dunk? He got up there though. You know what I'm saying? He jelly fanned it a little bit. You know, he ain't dunking. I'm like, but bro, I mean that team beat us by like we got smashed by like 40. We got right back up the next game. Played the next one and we won it by like 5 or 10. Yeah. So it's one of those things. So it's lessons in everything, man. And that's kind of that's our approach when we have those type of games. All right, you got your head busted. Now how are you gonna bounce back? You're gonna keep your head down and you're gonna keep thinking about what happened? No, you gotta let that go. That's over with. Next game.
Gotta respond.
And those are our life lessons.
Yeah. So
real life lessons.
So we try to find those, man, and I think the kids are growing. But as we build this culture or help build this culture, I would say, man, it's really getting that message out there and helping kids understand and I'll say this, giving them a platform, because like you said, some kids just don't know how to play basketball without I found this out about my own son. He can't play. I ain't gonna say he couldn't. He struggled playing without the ball. He was like, I'm like, bro, you gotta move. And you can't you gotta move with some energy. You can't just like so he get the ball, he passes, and he sit there and he watching dude work. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
But see, I've always thought that's a two-way street because first, they're kids, right?
Yeah.
Like I have parents come up to me and be like, man, my kid don't know how to play without the ball. Da, da, da. Bro, he's a kid. He ain't supposed to know how to play without the ball. Anybody taught him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different if he's been coached and trained and practiced on how to move without the ball. But you just yell and scream. I mean, you just scream and move. That ain't telling him what to do.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, not saying you, but just saying in general. Like,
right. No.
Yeah.
Parents got
you right, though.
Parents got to remember that kids don't know what they don't know or haven't been taught.
Yeah.
Hey, but I
got to plug. Hold on, Ken. Let me plug my boy BD, man, Brandon Davis from One Step Away, man. My kid been going there, and dude been teaching him. I love the way he trained because he putting them in situations where they have to move without the ball, footwork, all of that. So pace, you know what I'm saying? Pace in the cut, you know what I'm saying? So I for me as a dad, I know what my son needs to work on. I'm sitting back there just like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate that.
So whoever you just said,
Willie, hold on. Charles ain't sitting there talking about thank you. Let me tell you that. Charles still over there coaching. I'm like, Charles, sit down, man.
He's in the training session going crazy, don't he? I ain't gonna call no names. But I got a parent like that in my training session. I was talking about I have a kid. My little homie be over there just shooting around. We ain't even start turning this. Hey, clean that shit up.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, Willie, I'll be over there like, man, his footwork wrong, man. I don't tell him though. I'll talk to him like, man, his footwork wrong, bro. We got to fix that.
Hey, Charles, what I tell you? Man, chill out, man.
It's a time and place for all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I just like messing with him about it.
Whoever your dude is, you say one step away. If he teaching those things that you just say he teaching, he doing some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the biggest thing I think parents should try to look for in trainers or even trainers when they working with kids, like make sure you're not just teaching kids how to score, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you really have to teach kids how to play basketball. So like, you know, I don't like to do stuff versus the air. We do stuff versus the air 1 or 2 times, then we live. Make it read. You know what I'm saying? So like I build up and I'll eventually get to 3-on-3 or 4-on-4s, and we can't dribble at all. You can't dribble at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go screen. You gotta go screen for somebody, cut, talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? We can't just run around the court, call somebody name. Hey, yo, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to play. Oh, Kenny, you the same way in there?
Nah, man. Hey, no.
You the same way in there?
Nah. Hey, so all right, so we're gonna get personal with it. So with mine, it's like you got a whole repertoire of moves, but you're doing the same move. You see what I'm saying? You trying to get the same.
If it ain't broke, why change it?
Nah, man. You right, but it ain't working. Now let's go to something else.
Agreed. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you on that.
Why he training? I ain't saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sipping on a Gatorade or something, chilling.
I'll try to believe that one. I mean, you forgot. I've seen y'all on the sidelines now. I've seen y'all on the sidelines.
Yeah.
But I feel like, see, that's one thing I'll be trying to tell parents, like, let the kid grow up. Because you won't always be in every practice. You won't make every game. You won't make every tournament. He got to be able to either do it right or turn the switch on or whatever by himself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? By himself. You can't be there, hey, do this, do that. You can't baby him everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if you used to playing in smaller gyms where your son can find you in the stands every time. If he good or whatever, or the team good, they're going to keep playing. There's going to be a time. He ain't going to be able to hear you in the Macon Coliseum or at Buford. He ain't gonna be able to find you. He gonna have to play by himself. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Or if he fortunate enough to go to college, you definitely not in them practices. You might go to 1, might go to 2. You're not in them practices. You know what I'm saying? Your son has to play. He has to respond without you being there. That's all. And I don't say anything because it get on my nerves. I mean, I had a daddy. My daddy was, you know what I'm saying? He was rough. But from outside looking in, let this man grow up. You know what I'm saying? I don't be caring about it. Let him grow up though. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be times where maybe y'all got two teams playing at the same time, or y'all playing at two different locations, or something happened with the band. One of y'all ain't gonna be there to scream at y'all son, but y'all expect when you walk in, you expect them to have been producing the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and that's the elevation. So even when we talk about our parents, I mean, we have to self-check ourselves, right? So we and when me and Charles are talking, man, that's one of those things that we kind of talk about as well. Easing off, letting go, letting them figure it out a little bit more. Because like you said, we can't be there every step of the way. It's I got a younger son, so I gotta give him some time. You know what I'm saying? So it's those type of things, man. So definitely.
So Kenny Freddie, hey Willie. So you talk about yelling. So this him here. He be like, so they'll come out sluggish, right? We'll get an 8 o'clock game, 9 o'clock game. I don't, 9 o'clock games. Kids, they still got them, lips ring in their mouth if you're lucky. You know what I'm saying? Kenny like, oh man, I gotta cuss these jokers out. Hey, he like this.
Different. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not against yelling because if you come to my session, hey, it get nasty up in there. You know what I'm saying? It get nasty up in there. So
I try to catch it during warm-ups, man. I said I try to catch it during warm-ups. If you can tell during warm-ups what kind of game it's gonna be. If they up and ready to play or not.
Definitely can. Cause I try to especially I preach to kids your habits matter. Like everything you do is going to show up, right? So we in training, you constantly missing layups, you constantly turn that thing over. Like you get to the game, I'm expecting you to miss layups. I'm waiting for you to turn the ball over. Now we get in warm-ups, you still missing layups.
Yep.
Now I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So kids' habits, they always rear themselves in the game. Your habits are what comes out in the game. So if all your habits are always bad, everything in the game is always bad. Your habits are always good. More times than not, you're a solid player.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you did, man. You pulled the Jedi mind trick on us. Are we going through a counseling session or something?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I have a lot of conversations with Sean, Locke, my dude Brad over at Infinite Skills. Everybody in the group message, Eddie Hood and Brian Sherrill. We talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, you got different people all in one circle. So you got evaluator guys, media guys. Then you got assistant principal, athletic director, college coach, dude who got his own programs. So we have a lot of conversations, you know what I'm saying? All centered around basketball and the perception or whatever you want to call it in different situations. So I just was trying to see where people head be at, man. That's all.
Yeah, nah, man. All right, I got you.
Yeah, bring them we'll bring them big boys on, man. Tell them, come on, we ready.
Just compete.
That's it.
That's all we asking to see. We ready. Ain't gonna do nothing. Hey, look, at the end of the day, guess what? You just got better.
Guys, you win. Just got go home and drink your Kool-Aid and chill like everybody else, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bring them.
Hey, so let's not get on the referees, please.
See, and that's another thing. I hate hearing about the referees. I don't want to talk about the referees.
Hey, look, them referees be having me heated, bro.
Huh?
Them referees be having me heated.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
You ain't gonna be perfect. But when it's down to that battlegrounds, I gave one of the referees. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. They were bad. A couple of them was bad down there.
Down in Florida.
Yeah. In Florida, a couple of them were pretty bad.
But I think it's just different style. Like when you go out of state, it's just different. I don't know if it's different. I would say it's different styles, right? Mm-hmm. I think Georgia kind of let you have bad ref. You have I ain't gonna say bad. You have inconsistent ref. Yes. One doing one thing, the other doing the other, something else. Yeah. Georgia tends to be a little bit more physical. Florida was kind of like fire.
Yeah, they was giving them things out quick out there.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah, they was giving them things quick, and they like to be kids, like one little touch.
Yeah.
It was like I don't even let kids use that excuse. or coach.
No. It's not an excuse.
I tell them.
We've already told him. I'm gonna get the ref right. Don't worry about that. I just need you to keep playing.
Not even that. Don't put the ball in the basket. Referees don't matter. You put the ball in the basket.
Keep playing.
Put the ball in the basket. The referees didn't cost you the game. You didn't put the ball in the basket enough times.
Yeah, no, they ain't cost us the game. That's for sure.
Put the ball in the basket. You put the ball in the basket, and don't let the other dude put the ball in the basket on you. Referees don't matter. They just out there to make sure we ain't playing pickup.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I think it's the heat of the battle for me. I get going. Once I go going,
hey, the emotions, you be ready to go off.
Man, and I'm the quiet one though. It's when I get there though. I get there quick. Not quick. I get there.
I ain't boy. Oh man, Tat been going for a minute. I was gonna try to mess with Tat. I was coaching down there in South Carolina the last time we went down there. I had a couple of the kids I trained. Coach was tripping, so I had got on and started coaching. I was on the referees too. I can't lie. You know, like me, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm a little cocky, arrogant when I coach. And I always throw in. I don't care, bro. You ain't gotta call it. We don't need you no way. We gonna win. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just messing with you, bro. I don't care if you call it or not. We gonna win. Sometimes it bite me in the butt, and sometimes it don't. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I ain't gonna tell him how to do his job. You missed the call, that's fine. You missed it, bro. You hit me. Yeah. But give me one back. You know what I'm saying? Just give me one back.
Give me one back. Yeah. Boy, I wish I could have been there for that one, boy. I see you on the sideline coaching. That'd have been a new one, boy.
Tat was there, man. We played a heck of a second half. Got a chance to tie it up at the buzzer on a 3. I got my kid coming up. We get the rebound on the free throw. He coming up. Clearly, I'm thinking the kid is engaged. I don't think I have to yell, shoot the 3. This nigga goes and does a layup. We down 3. He went and take a layup and missed the layup at that.
Oh, no, Lord.
Ball game. He coming down with like 7 seconds left. And nobody's in front of him for the pull-up 3. Nobody. Didn't even see it.
Man, speaking of that situation, man. So last night Utah and Denver played. What do you think about those buzzers? About 7 seconds. Donovan Mitchell, well, about 15.
That 7 seconds wasn't bad because let's be real. If he makes that layup, it's a 2-possession game. Game is legit.
2-possession game.
But my thing, that game was lost in the third quarter, man. I was sitting here watching the game with my homies. There's no way Donovan Mitchell didn't come out the game, not one time. Not one time in the second half. So now you get to the last 3 minutes of the game, you can't even get a shot off. So like now the coach made him use up all his. Now don't get me wrong. Now he did score 12 straight to get them back in the game. But I felt like I know y'all remember when man, not dudes at the free throw line with 50 seconds left. I was like, bro, he need to come out of the game right now. Just get a blow. Just get one quick blow because he's gonna be dead by the last 2 minutes of the game. Like you in the game, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying, you down 10 no more. Right. Give him a break. You got Michael Conley, you know what I'm saying? You got a other couple ball handler, Joe Ingles, you know what I'm saying? Just give him a minute or two. And then as soon as the fourth quarter starts dwindling down, I know y'all remember it, shot one short, couldn't get by nobody, couldn't get the layup off. You'll be told that's why he got ripped by Gary Harris at the end.
Yep.
He was so tired he couldn't even get up and get back.
Right.
Because if he would have got up earlier and just got back somewhat, he would have got the ball instead of Mike Conley.
Yep.
He was so tired he couldn't even get up. So the last 7 seconds, because I thought Mike Conley made that shot. Last 7 seconds.
Man, I did too. I thought that was going in.
Yeah, I felt that game in the third quarter.
Went in and out. He rimmed it. Yeah, he rimmed it. Yeah. Good game though, man.
It was.
It was a good game. I thought Denver was gonna run off with it well before them. It was like 17-18.
Oh man, I forgot my boy CP3 about to shock the world tonight.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, it look like Miami about to beat Milwaukee too.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, Milwaukee ain't on nothing. Greek Freak ain't on Nathaniel. Another one. If you can only score at the rim, you in trouble. I don't care how tall you are.
Yeah, you ain't gonna win too many championships.
Oh, well, he got 27 and 14, you know. He got 27 to 14. But I will say this: I think the NBA today is advancing the game of basketball so much more quicker than it used to. Like, kids are able to really play by 4th or 5th grade sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like really can play by the 4th or 5th grade. Just, you know what I'm saying, mimicking what they see on the NBA and 2K. Clearly, some got trainers, but like kids be having an idea of what they be trying to do or want to do in it.
Right. Oh yeah.
It's so advanced nowadays, man. Good gracious.
They'll go out there and make it happen just from watching it.
Yes. You gotta just try it one time in the game at that.
Yeah. So good stuff, man. Hey, Willie, we're gonna get out of here though, man. So we can all go catch that next game or whatever the case will be.
Oh yeah.
Before we get out of here though, I want to give you an opportunity to plug anything you got coming up, any events or camps or whatever you got coming up, man.
Oh yeah, I want everybody to be on the lookout. Junior Elite 100. Probably won't do one big session with 100+ kids. I'll maybe do like 2 sessions with about 30 to 40 kids. So I'll be trying to get that cemented in the works, get that done by late October. Other than that, just really trying to play it by ear with COVID, for real. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the Skills Academy because I'm already training, but I do my sessions apart from on the radar. But we'd love to do some on the Radar Hoops Academy training sessions with some middle schoolers and elementary school kids. So I'm just trying to keep grinding, keep building.
Yes, sir. Hey, give out your social media, man.
Oh, social media is JR_OTRH on Twitter and Instagram. Go give me a follow for updates on the Radar Hoops events, and then I'll be tweeting the kids out. I don't really use Instagram as much. I'm getting there, but
Hey, you a young man. You're supposed to be all over Instagram.
Well, I use it for my personal Instagram, but like on the Radar, you know what I'm saying? I don't really use that one like I should. I got to do a better job of that one. But I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I really appreciate that.
Hey, definitely, man. It was big. Definitely, we're gonna have you back on the show again, man. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the show, and that's why Coach Tad had to kind of get off and get whatever straight. But we definitely gonna have you back on. You definitely invited to come down on the 19th and 20th for our open run, the closed open run. 30 girls, 30 boys. The girls are on Saturday the 19th, and then the boys are on the 20th. That's Sunday. We got college coaches locked in. Charles, kind of speak on that, man. How many coaches or schools we got committed to that?
We got about 20 or so. I'll say 20 or so. I don't know the exact number. 20 or so college coaches. We got a few that's going to come in person, man. So this is going to be the first time this has been done in Middle Georgia. As far as I know of, I've never known this to be done. So super excited about this, man. I think this is going to be big for Middle Georgia basketball, period. You know what I'm saying? It's really put some kids on the scene that may not have had a good turnout or AAU week or AAU showing or whatever the case may be, get a chance to get out and get some more runs in. Also, man, so Sunday, look out for that episode as well. So we'll have our boy Big Wasey Hike South. Gonna kind of talk to the top 25 Middle Georgia rankings. So that's gonna be something to see, man.
Shout out to Wasey, man. He be putting on for Middle Georgia area,
man. Yes, sir.
He does a great job with that.
Man.
Shout out to Wasey, man.
Yeah, shout out to Wasey, man. So a lot of this stuff wouldn't be possible without Wasey and Team Georgia Magic, One Rub All Stars. So them cats, man, they putting it down, man. So they trying to make stuff move. We really appreciate it in Middle Georgia, man. So
and I gotta give credit where it's due because y'all do a good job of getting y'all kids seen. Whether it be playing with us or elsewhere, y'all get y'all kids signed, man. Y'all get y'all kids signed. So
finding a way, man. So and big. I know Tat, man. Got to get him in his flowers, man. Tat does a lot, man. That dude.
Yeah. Tat does deserve his flowers. He does. Tat does a great job with that program. He got to be one of the best marketing media guys on Instagram. Y'all keep some content coming out. That's what Tat is. Content.
So yeah, man. So, but yeah, that's that. Some of the things to look out from that's coming up from Off the Dribble, Hype South, one of our all-stars, Team Georgia Magic, Middle Georgia, period. If I missed anybody, man. And we doing this for the kids, man. So this isn't about an organization. This is about the kids in the area and making sure that they get seen. So, and look for other things to come out. So we ain't done, man. We ain't done. So it's gonna be some other stuff that come out, man. So y'all stay tuned.
Hey, we got some tricks up our sleeve that we trying to get out, man. So, like Charles said, look out for us. We got some. Willie, you mentioned something earlier, man. That may be one of the things we're trying to get out. We ain't gonna put it out yet, but we're trying to get some approval and all of that. But it may be an opportunity for us to do some more big things, man. So,
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, check us out. But like I said, we're gonna get out of here. Willie, anytime you want to come back, bro, you're more than welcome to come back. Just hit us, let us know you got something you want to drop when the camps are gonna drop and all that good stuff. Shoot us the info. We'll definitely plug it for you. Get the word out, man. So before we get out of here, man, I just want to, again, shout out our sponsors, 619 Training, KPB Designs, Hype South Media, and Hype South Skills Lab. Hype South Skills Lab, my number one Syracuse fan out there, Harnett.
Thought he went to UConn though.
That's why he my number one Syracuse fan. So yeah, man, good dude, man. I like messing with him when he on the show, whatever the case may be. But like I said, check us out. Sunday, big show. Wasey's gonna be on there. He's gonna drop the list. We're gonna drop it live. We're gonna have some video streaming. So we're gonna make a big deal out of it. Other than that, man, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.